ProWrestlingSheet.com.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of Collider Bodyslam Smackdown Recap. I am John Rocha, joined as always by the head of Pro Wrestling Sheet, Ryan Satin. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. You know, I tried my best to watch this last night.
You did?
When I got home, and the 12 hours of wrestling finally got to me. And actually, it was our conversation that we had on the show yesterday, where you were like, sometimes you just gotta turn everything off, listen to some music. So I went home and I played with the dogs, played some video games, and then watched SmackDown when I came into work today. And I had to I loved it. I really liked the show.
Yeah, it was a great show.
It was a great show.
Such a good show.
And I thought they did such a good job of rewarding everyone who did stick around for that 15th hour or whatever it is. It's hard to continue, 4 shows in one, or 5 shows in one venue, right? Because there's TakeOver, SummerSlam, Raw, SmackDown, 4 shows.
Yeah.
And they did a really good job of rewarding everyone who did stick around for it. I'm glad that I didn't watch it with a jaded eye, because this was a good episode.
I'm glad you got the rest too. You need it. And looking at this episode, like you said, without a jaded eye is the perfect way to enjoy this thing. We started off with Miz and Maurice in the ring. Miz doing this kind of cry promo. No one's ever going to beat Mark Henry's fake retirement promo ever in the history of mankind.
Truth.
But this was a really funny promo. And then he said, I'm retired from beating Daniel Bryan, and did the whole thing. And then Daniel Bryan came down, calling him coward, confronted him outside the ring. Then Maurice stepped in and told Bryan, you should just call yourself Daniel Bella and go retire again.
Which you loved.
I did. I thought it was funny. And the people were they were doing the Daniel Bella chant at him, which I thought was really surprising. And then, of course, Brie mode started, and she came running down, cleared the ring, which I thought was really fun. And then they did the challenge. Did you like how this overall promo went, the back and forth between them?
I actually think it was maybe my favorite segment out of the entire week in Brooklyn. I'm a big Brie Bella fan. I like the Bella twins a lot. And, Nikki has really had her moment in the sun as a singles person, and I know that Brie had her moments too, like when she wrestled Stephanie and stuff. But she did retire because of Daniel Bryan and everything he was going through. And now that he is unretired, it seems like she's willing to come back and do stuff in the ring, which is why she did Royal Rumble, and now she's going to come back at Hell in a Cell. But I really liked her getting her own moment. It was nice to see Brie get the rub, so to speak. I also... Miz is such a good actor. The fact that he was in there and he was able to pull out the tears when you knew, out of every fake retirement speech that we've seen or whatever, you knew this was fake.
From the beginning.
From the beginning, you're like, oh, we know where this is going. This asshole, you know where this is going. It was done so well. And then with Daniel Bryan coming out and just being like, whatever, I forget exactly what he was, the cheater or whatever he was yelling at Miz. And then, like you said, with Maurice stepping in, I wrote in my notes here, like, Maurice takes the mic.
Yeah.
Like, we don't, it's been a while since we get like a Maurice promo, and she shined in the moment. She really went for it.
I don't care how good of a heel Miz is. Maurice is even better.
She really is.
Maurice is a great heel because she has the European, the French accent, all of it just in combination, and she has the greatest heel face when she doesn't like something or thinks someone's below her. She does such a great job with it. So when she was berating Daniel, it was so funny. But she took off quickly out of the ring, and Corey was funny as I was like, this woman just had a baby 4 months ago. What are they doing to her? I thought that was really funny, and all of it around, you just see that they redeemed Daniel Bryan's comeback.
Absolutely.
Finally, this is the feud that should have been on tap already. I get that you had to waste time with him, but now you see why. He is so good when he has a partner who understands and can play off of him, and there's real heat between those guys. I guess it's probably now kind of dissipated because they respect each other, but it's there. Yeah. It's still palpable in the air, and so that's great to watch them go back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely. When the brand split... Sorry, not the brand split. When the Superstar Shakeup happened and Daniel Bryan and Miz were on the same show, I wrote an article on ProWrestlingSheet.com about how the opportunity to have the Miz versus Daniel Bryan actually feud for real was giving SmackDown the opportunity to become the A show once again. And to be honest with you, I have been you've seen everyone who's been listening or watching these recap shows, that Rocha and I have clearly been enjoying SmackDown more than Raw the past few weeks, except for that one really good Raw that when we first started the show, these recap shows. But I think SmackDown has done such a good job of it, and I think Daniel Bryan and Miz, great tag team wrestling and a serious push for women's wrestling has kind of done that. I mean, just this episode, we had multiple women's wrestling segments. Yeah. We had entertaining stuff. And this was my favorite segment of the night.
Absolutely agreed. So good. And we'll see what happens. And this is a way to keep the feud going, because a mixed tag match at Hell in a Cell doesn't mean the feud's over.
No, if anything,
it just keeps delaying.
I
want 7 pay-per-views.
Me too. I was just gonna say that we got if they were gonna give us a million quote unquote dream matches with Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles, I'm so cool with Daniel Bryan and Miz feud for the next few months. I hope we get them bringing back those vignettes where they make fun of the Bella family. And they totally have to do that again.
But I think they could do the reverse. I think it should be Brie and Daniel Bryan making fun of Miz. I mean, because when he told him you're a professional, you're a wannabe Hollywood star cosplaying as a professional wrestler. There's nothing a professional wrestler takes more seriously than being seen as a worker by the fans. They want to be seen as a guy or girl who dedicates themselves to this craft. And when you that's been the knock against Miz since the beginning, because it came out of Real World that he wasn't really a real wrestler, and he's had to fight that his whole time. So it's great to use that.
How great was that line?
Yeah, it was perfect.
It's really
just
hard.
Stop. It's one of those where you stop.
Yeah, it's funny because when I have to watch stuff in the office, there's a whole other website that's working, doing stuff, and so I try not to be so loud because I'm a loud person, as everyone knows. So I'm at my desk trying so hard to stifle my noise when I'm reacting to everything going on in Smackdown. And this was one where I was at my desk just cracking, and I couldn't help myself. Yeah. I was cracking up all morning watching.
Every once in a while, out of my back right shoulder, I'll hear, oh! Or I'll hear, oh! I hear that from Ryan, and I know something good. He's watching something really good. So, and I hope he tells me about it when he does. So let's move on. Jeff Hardy now, Randy Orton. This was actually enjoyable as well. Yeah. I thought I was not going to like this, but I like Randy sticking the finger into the ear hole. Lord God, I don't think I've ever seen that. And them taking it outside the ring and doing an homage to New Jack with that swanton bomb he did on Randy Orton, who Randy kind of gave away by scooching himself up. If he doesn't know where he is, why is he scooching himself up? But I really enjoyed the back, and I actually kind of made me like Jeff again as well.
Because you're not a Jeff Hardy fan.
No, I'm not. It's not that I'm not. It's more I feel like he's been hitting the same notes for 20 years now. Yeah. I would like to see something else. If he brings this kind of indie beginning out of Jeff Hardy to have them go to another level in this rivalry, then I'm all for it.
This was one of those things where because like I said, I'm a huge Jeff Hardy fan, but I'm actually starting to kind of have that feeling when I watch him right now, where as much as I love him, I kind of, when the Broken Hardy stuff was going on, I like that even though Jeff was doing similar moves and stuff, it kind of lets you see different sides of Jeff. Yeah. He was doing all those weird characters like Itchweed, and I might not be the biggest Willow fan, but it was nice to see Jeff Hardy doing something that he was enjoying.
Yeah.
For some reason, it, like you said, it does to me feel like Jeff Hardy is kind of hitting the notes and not necessarily enjoying himself as much as he was when he was doing the Broken Hardy stuff. Yeah. And also, when I was watching this, I was thinking while we've been watching Jeff Hardy in the past, few weeks or whatever, we kind of mentioned it seems like he's wrestling hurt. It seems like he's wrestling a little more cautious.
Yes.
But then this weekend, he's really been stepping up in ways where I don't know if I need Jeff Hardy to jump off of stuff anymore.
Does that scare you?
I mean, I want Jeff Hardy to be around for the long haul. I want Jeff Hardy around.
I respect that.
I don't know if I need him. Like a lot of those things he had to do to get noticed, to
separate himself out.
Yeah. But does Jeff Hardy really need at his age to still be diving off of huge ledges?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
You make a brand, you kind of got to stick to it. If Hogan stopped doing the leg drop, we'd be like, "What's this all about?"
I guess if Terry Funk wasn't still being Terry Funk in shows now, you'd be like, "Hey, is everything okay with Terry Funk? Why isn't he jumping through a flaming table?"
Yeah. Why is the glass? Why didn't the glass break? What's this all about?
Health is okay. Yeah, but no, I mean, I'm liking. I also hope that Randy and Jeff are able to kind of help each other break out of the cycle that they're on, and step and give us a new layer to things right now. After the 15-hour WrestleFest, I don't know if necessarily I cared as much about this segment as you.
Fair enough.
But I mean, it is what it is.
I only cared more. I only cared because it was better
than what
we'd had from Orton in the last few weeks. And I think the creepy thing was funny. So throw this on top, this kind of hardcore match in essence between them on top of it, I enjoyed. And the fact that, look, these are two veterans.
Yeah.
And they've been in the WWE for a long, long time. So for me, I want to see what they can bring to the table if they're going to play it out this way. And if they're going to play it out this way, then who better to take care of each other than two veterans? They'll know how to go. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yes. Sorry, for those of you watching on video, I was trying to figure out what was going on. Like, I can't hear myself in the headphones. Can you hear yourself?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay,
I just have them on for show. Okay. Yeah, because this is my look. This is my brand. I'm like Jeff Hardy. I got to do the swanton. I got to wear the headphones. I mean, people won't know what to do if I don't have them on.
That's so funny because when we do the Wrestling Sheet Radio, sometimes like Jamie's all anti-wearing the headphones.
Oh, yeah.
And then Eli loves wearing the headphones, even if, like you, if there's no sound coming at him because he feels like it's part of the look. Mm-hmm. And so then I'll be like, so torn in the middle because sometimes I need them, sometimes I don't, and then I gotta like choose sides between because I'm gonna make one of them look awkward. You know?
You're the guy constantly going up and down between the divisions. I dig it.
I'll switch like 1 year, 2 years, take them off, whatever.
It's the whole thing. All right, Naomi took on Peyton Royce with Billie Kay by outside there in the ring, and Peyton Royce won. I feel like they did this match in response to the David Meltzer situation.
I love that we have the same note here.
I mean, it has to be. And they let her win. And props to Naomi for taking the loss because Naomi does not need to lose to freaking Peyton Royce. And Peyton Royce did not wrestle. They didn't wrestle a good match. It felt like they couldn't find their chemistry overall. And that's, Peyton's just coming up still. We forget she hasn't wrestled that many matches. So, seeing I would have liked to have seen a better match. And I know Naomi can do a way better match than this. So maybe she was just also like kind of trying to figure each other out through this whole process. And then eventually, of course, she went. Her split leg pin was incredible.
That looked intense.
Yeah, I thought that was it.
It was mostly real. I won't say it, but yeah, it was intense. Yeah. It was intense. I was like, I wouldn't want, you wouldn't want it, but you're like, well, if your girlfriend or something, it could be interesting,
Fair enough.
But yeah, I love that we were on the same page here when it comes to Meltzer because honestly, I stopped paying attention to the match once I realized it was just a fuck you to Meltzer this match.
It really was.
From the second Peyton walked out. And Corey was like, I've been following Peyton since she was in NXT, and she looks just as great now as she did then. You were like, oh, so that's what we're doing here.
Yeah, and then Corey even said, followed later on near the end of the match, where he said, "Oh, people are too sensitive on social media." I'm like, what are you doing? Which side are you on? What are you doing here?
Yeah, totally. And then, it wasn't bad. It was. I didn't think it was a bad match, but I definitely didn't think it was a good match either. I mean, it was one of those things where, and this is going to be probably the running theme of some of these filler matches for me today, but, when we've had 15 hours of stuff, they're like, well, what else are we going to do? Like, let's put this in there, It's not like you want to see more of all the people that you've had doing a million things all weekend and stuff. Right, so I was cool with just kind of something a little bit different, getting some fun jokes in for Peyton, because I personally like their promos. They make me laugh, so I was into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, the whole time you were just like, but at the same time, I'm not against the Iconics getting a push out of this. The Iconics entertain me, and if they can use this as a way to catapult them into something, I don't know.
Listen, I think they have all the tools to be good heels to get the push. I need to see it in the ring. I don't see the work in the ring to mirror what they're doing outside the ring. It's kind of the reverse Ronda, right? And that's what's frustrating to me. I think a lot of people like their promos. People tweeted me today. One of our followers, he's like, tell Rocha to take it easy on the Iconics. Listen, I'm sorry, taking it easy means just letting them get away with it. No, I want to see better work in the ring. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that. I'm not saying they're terrible. I'm saying I want to see better work in the ring. Constructive criticism. I'm not saying they shouldn't be on television. I'm saying I want to see better work in the ring. I think Peyton Royce kind of walks that line between diva and wrestler. She is that kind of amorphous type, kind of like Carmella, walking that line a little bit. Too. I think Billie Kay is a little more of a legitimate worker in the ring than Peyton, but because Peyton's those shots don't look like it hurt anybody. And so you have to make it work. And Naomi, who's way stronger, certainly had to sell a lot of those shots. So in the end, it went the way it went. We'll see if this is a kind of like a Becky Lynch situation where they let Naomi take a couple of pins and then start pushing her. Because Becky Lynch, that's a match I want to see in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Once they handle
heel Becky and Naomi.
Heel Becky and Naomi would be great.
I love that idea.
Yeah. Any last things to say or we move on?
I think look, there were obviously sloppy moments in the match. I remember there was one moment where she was like doing those spin kicks Naomi. She kept ducking them, and then Peyton stayed down.
Yeah,
there for like
yes, that's a telegraph. And the same thing with Billie Kay when Naomi was trying to slam her head on the side post. Billie Kay literally 1 foot ahead of her head slammed the hand, didn't even come close to the post, and then fell off the ring. I'm like, you can't do that because Naomi took the hit right into the turnbuckle. So there's a way to do it, a way not to do it. I want these ladies to figure this out a little bit better. That's all, because I think they could be great heels. And speaking of Becky Lynch, she came out with the promo to end all promos. This promo, Ryan, was incredible. This was the Stone Cold promo they wanted to do with Ronda, with Stephanie. This was it. Like, I watched this thing and I'm like, this is incredible. They completely put the belt on the wrong person. She almost made Charlotte an afterthought as a champion, and that's incredible to do considering where Becky came from. It was a believable promo. It was a face promo masquerading as a heel promo, in my opinion. She laid out why she feels that she's been wronged by the company, by Charlotte, by the fans even, and it was completely believable.
What was face about it? She was complaining about the fans. She was complaining.
She's face because she's right. She's face because she was right.
This is, and I'm very glad we're on this topic now. I've been very fired up all day, for the past hour and a half about this because I don't understand this whole Becky Lynch is right thing. I don't understand it. I get that people resent Charlotte Flair's push similar to how they resent Roman Reigns' push.
I don't resent it, but I get why people do.
That is kind of what the vibe is out there. They kind of resent it.
Listen, Charlotte is a legend. Yeah, already.
She's earned it, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I do think the general consensus out there is that Charlotte has been handed everything because Ric Flair is her dad or whatever. And so people start to resent that. And because Charlotte has played a very effective heel character in the past,
she's great.
People are just like, well, why don't we do that again?
Right.
But to me, as someone who likes new things, I am so excited at the prospect of heel Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Like, heel Becky Lynch, to me, fascinates me. Like that to me, there's so much more creative options at that point. We have run the well dry when it comes to face Becky Lynch.
Yes, we have.
There is nothing else left for face Becky Lynch to do. She's been Charlotte's lackey for way too long.
Yeah.
You know, she has, you know,
she was Irish last kicker.
She makes just punny jokes.
Yeah,
she's like a jokey person, you know? I like serious, and I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, that it's like, you know, part of that did seem very much like, well, why would I boo this person?
Right.
I'm with her because now she's taking herself seriously. But at the same time, she did insult the fans. She straight up was like, where were you guys? Y'all still came here. You weren't boycotting.
Which we predicted on the SummerSlam recap.
Well, that's heel turn 101. You gotta, like, if they're gonna cheer for you anyways, you gotta push your way through it.
Right.
This is the thing I posed on Twitter that I was kind of discussing with people is I fear that this whole rebellion against Becky Lynch's heel turn, like the fans trying to do what they did with like Daniel Bryan when he was put into the Wyatt family.
Right.
One, I don't think it's comparable. I don't think Becky Lynch is Daniel Bryan status yet. But
I would agree with that.
But two, I really feel like it's counteractive to what these so-called Becky Lynch fans want. They're mad that Becky Lynch hasn't been getting a push, that she has been on the sidelines, that she isn't featured. We've talked about it before this turn, how it's like, Becky Lynch is one of the most entertaining people. Why don't they use more? So Vince McMahon and the creative team comes up with a way to feature Becky Lynch more.
Right.
To put her on TV more. And not in a bad way. It's been entertaining. You just said how much you entertained. I loved the promo.
It was a great promo.
Most people loved the promo. I don't understand where it's like, it'd be one thing, like, I get it when we come in here and say, like, that was shit, when it was actually shit.
Yeah,
you know, when it was like a real slap in the face to wrestling fans or something like that. You know, like, for example, on Raw, if they had done that coronation ceremony thing, like it seemed like they were going to do in the beginning, and it had actually been what we thought it was going to be when Ronda was coming out.
Super mad.
That would have been shit. Yeah. And it would have been totally okay to say that, you know?
Right.
But it wasn't. It made it entertaining, you know? And this is the same thing. Like, I get it. We all want to cheer for Becky Lynch. We all want to cheer for Becky Lynch.
Right.
I love Becky Lynch. You love Becky Lynch. All of you out there love Becky Lynch. But at the same time, it's a television show, you know? And when there's a character on a television show tons of television shows that have run their course. A lot of times they do get new wrinkles added into their character. They do get a new storyline.
Or they hook up with someone else on the show.
Become
friends were passing each other around on that whole show.
Become the villain, like Orange is the New Black, where suddenly like a character who wasn't a villain in an older season kind of became more of a bad guy in a later season. You know, you got to switch things up. You know, and Becky Lynch, I'm sorry, but the quinoa thing, and I know that was more of like Twitter and stuff like that. But as fun as that was for social media to cheer, as much as you want to get behind her, you rebelling against her heel turn in management eyes is going to look like Becky Lynch can't do her job and can't get people to boo her, and it's going to throw her farther down the line and give her less opportunity. Because no one is booing this because it's not been good. They're booing it because they want to cheer her. And that to me is like, I don't like that mentality.
Well, okay. I've heard everything you had to say, Ryan. So here's the thing that I would say to you. I don't know if you can attach the fact I don't know who writes her promos. I don't know who gives her creative, how much license she has. But her promo appealed to so many people, and maybe this is the mistake they made as making this her first heel promo, which was incredible because everyone can relate to being passed over.
That's true.
To someone prettier, someone richer, someone in a better situation, someone with a better daddy, everyone can relate to that.
Absolutely.
Everyone can relate to working so hard and having it taken away from you at the last minute. Everyone can relate to people just being fake and liking the person who got the job over you because they want to keep their job. So everyone can relate to what Becky was talking about. So it didn't feel like a heel promo in the way. And that's what I mean.
That makes sense.
She was bashing the fans. She was saying, you guys cheered for Charlotte when she won. I don't believe you. But the fans have a right to express their opinions. I get where you're coming from. Absolutely could ruin her push. But I think what it does is it forces creative to be even more creative with her heel turn or turn her into Stone Cold, which is her being the anti-hero, which I think is the smarter move here.
Do you think that's a smarter move?
I really do. I think you can play. And Charlotte is great to play that because, as you said earlier, Charlotte can play both face. I'm sorry. I get real passionate. Charlotte can be both face and heel so well that they can play off each other. And we may get something down the road, which would be really rare in WWE programs, the double turn.
Yeah.
Where now Charlotte turns the heel and Becky becomes the face. That's really rare, and it's the best wrestlers that can pull it off when they're in a program together, and I think it's possible. People just love Becky did more in one night as a heel in that promo than she ever did as a face, in my opinion, to get over with the fans.
Completely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And you did make some very solid points there. I just like to look at it like this. Like, I understand that we like to think in the now as wrestling fans, like what we just saw.
Right.
But as someone who, has written a script before, and I'm sure, you being a producer, a creative person, you know, I like to look at the bigger picture, and I look at WrestleMania. We look at WrestleMania and we work back, right? So if WrestleMania is going to be Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte, which I think every wrestling fan is kind of assuming at this point, that if that's the case, then how do we get there? And I feel like Charlotte is not going to be a heel when we get there. No. They're going to do face versus face. Like, these are the two super athletes. The woman who has won 27 pay-per-views versus this woman who was undefeatable, right?
Right.
And I feel like, so we've got that, right? We've got Ronda Rousey there, and then we've got the other one is Survivor Series, where if Ronda is still champion, Ronda has to face someone on SmackDown.
Well, yeah.
So I feel like that has to be Becky. And so we don't...
Well, they kind of laid it down with the promo because she said, I don't believe any other woman on any roster can beat me.
Exactly.
And that's a strong statement.
I think that's what they're trying to do. So I feel like being angry about it is counteracting. We're getting cool things because of this. Right. Instead, you'd probably get something stupid like possibly a Nikki versus Ronda or some Nikki Bella versus Ronda or something like that.
No.
So I don't know.
There's another path, Ryan, though, where I think, and we'll move on from this because I know we don't have a lot of time today, but I think there's another path here, Ryan, where she takes the title away from Charlotte. Charlotte wins the Royal Rumble, right? That's possible still. And then challenges Ronda at WrestleMania.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And I think that's in the next few months...
So Becky still gets the title, still gets to be heel Becky, maybe even fight Naomi or somebody, or Asuka.
That's how I look at it. We're going to need that heel. And if you're all mad about this, then Becky's not going to be that heel, and you're going to get the Iconics.
Right.
You know?
But I think people are going to cheer her being a heel. And so it may be kind of negative to management, but if management can trust that she's still a heel and people are cheering appreciation rather than cheering for her, then it might make that turn a little bit easier to do. But remember, we're still in Brooklyn. So once they go out to the other cities,
that's a good point.
That'll change.
I'm really interested to see next week. I don't know where they are. But
Poughkeepsie.
Is that where they are next week?
No, I don't know.
I'm very interested to see where they are next week for that reason alone. Because everyone keeps saying on Twitter, Becky's going to get cheered everywhere. It doesn't matter that she's in Brooklyn.
I don't think so.
Me
the
neither.
WWE fans always come back around to what the creative wants them to do.
That's how I feel too.
It's really rare. Like the Daniel Bryan thing was really rare. All right, there was a mixed tag match. Rusev and Lana took on Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. For some reason, Rusev and Lana won this time instead of on the pay-per-view. I don't know if it's a status situation, but what you had predicted that was scary, Aiden English coming in and actually saving. You were afraid this was going to happen at SummerSlam. It did happen on SmackDown. And I don't know what this means. And it's such a flaccid rivalry, dude. It's going nowhere.
It's done.
It's wasting 4 people.
It really needs to be done because it's not how if it goes further, it's not helping them anymore.
It really isn't.
Rusev got his win back. Rusev and Lana got their win back. They got Aiden back.
Finally lost.
Let's all move on from this. I don't think it's going to help anyone to keep it going just because they both happen to have a female manager / wrestler that they're attached to. Do you like Lana mimicking Rusev? No,
I don't. I want Lana to do her own thing.
Yeah.
See, having a happy Lana day is mimicking Rusev. Doing what Rusev did is mimicking Rusev. Lana should be her own character, do her own thing. That's what I liked about her when she first came on, being his manager. She had a Russian accent. She was a heel. She was telling him what to do. She was in charge of him. She was stopping him from getting too emotional, too aggressive. I liked that. Now that you're turning into a copy of Rusev, that bothers me a little bit. I know that happens in relationships and marriages. That happens.
No, but I agree with you.
But I just don't like it. I want her to be, I think CJ or Lana is strong enough to stand on her own.
Me too. I really like the Lana character. And I get that she has to get a face reaction, so she can't be doing the same thing, and so she's trying to figure out what to do to get that. But yeah, I don't. It does make me laugh when she does it. Like it entertains me. Like when she's doing the pose, like when she's flexing and she's tearing off her shirt too. It is cute to a certain degree. You're like, oh, that's precious. You know, because you're just like, because you imagine if you were like married to someone.
Sure.
You know, we heard you.
We have things to talk about here.
But if you were dating someone that was tearing their shirt off with you, it'd be a cute thing.
Of course.
But I'm with you. In the long term, I would like to see her kind of establish her own.
Listen, if my girlfriend walked in the Schmodown wearing a cowboy hat with me, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
it would be. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. But let's be done with this and move on. I hope they're lining up either Rusev or Almas for a shot at the title down the road here.
I would love
We'll
that.
see what happens with Samoa Joe and AJ, which we'll get to now. AJ Styles tried to do an interview for literally 60 seconds, and out of nowhere, Samoa Joe ripped his legs out from under him. He went face first into the platform. Poor Renee Young had to run out of there, and then my boy put the coquina clutch on him and basically took him out. And then got on the mic. It was like, Wendy! Oh, man. I guess we're not done with Wendy Styles, brother.
No.
There's a whole hashtag.
We're nowhere near done with Wendy Styles.
I can't wait till we have the Wendy Styles interview with Renee Young where she's like half emotional. Oh, the whole sit-down's totally
in the house?
It has to happen. In the house with the kids running around. AJ in the back like angry.
Playing video games angrily in his office.
The Mike Tyson, Robin Givens interview. I can't wait to see that happen with these guys. So we'll see how this goes down, but I liked this for now. It was a great quick promo. No wasting time. Boom, boom, boom. He got his thing out saying, that daddy went night-night. I love that.
Second favorite segment of the night for me. I love the Daniel Bryan thing only because it was so much longer.
Oh, yeah, totally.
This one was short, but it was just as effective. I mean, when he grabbed, because I talked about this recently, but it's been happening more and more recently. But the directive from Vince McMahon has always been, well, not always, but more recent memory has always been, don't look directly into the camera, like wrestling status promo, like looking directly into the camera. You're supposed to kind of like look off to the side of it. But I love that Joe like grabbed the camera and pulled it in and was like, "Oh, Wendy,"
that's right. He grabbed the camera.
Yeah, he grabbed it and like pulled it in to do it. And I was like, that's a good. Like I used to love when The Rock would kind of talk to the camera guy and bring it in, or even on NXT this week or last week, maybe last week before when the Street Profits. They ran away, and then they were like kind of like ran away from the ring, and then told the camera guy, like, "Give me the cup, and the camera guy had to hand him the cup. I like when the camera guy isn't like not there. I like when the camera guy's there and he's acknowledged. It's always nice. And so, but when he looked in the camera and then was like, "Oh, Wendy," that was some straight serial killer stuff.
Yeah, there was some serial killer shit.
That was some straight. You were like, damn, Joe could be in a Hollywood like slasher flick or something like that. Like I was like, that was like it almost reminded me of like The Shining, you know, where it was just like chilling. Like you were like, I would not want that guy beating me up and then screaming for my wife in the camera. It's great, great stuff.
Yeah, and that's how you do a heel promo. Now that's how you do a heel promo.
That is 100% how you do a heel promo. I mean, Joe is along the lines of Ciampa, where he gets that he doesn't give a fuck about social media and getting the adulation on social media. He just wants to be effective character on television, and Ciampa is the same way. Both those guys get it, and Joe here really showed that. Like, I mean, he is slow. I remember on Raw, I thought to myself, Joe will never be champion. Wow. Like, I just didn't think it on Raw. On Raw, Vince McMahon won't make that guy Universal Champion. This feud with AJ Styles has changed that in my mind, where he has just shown that he can be an effective top guy heel and be worthy of a title run.
I think he's been a great heel at every federation he's been in.
Me too. Oh, no, don't get me wrong. So
he's got, and you're right, he's got, you could see when they first came in, they're bringing him in for cannon fodder, in essence, for the big guys, and see where we could go. Now that he's had his time with the fans, and he's been injured and come back and do the things, he's kind of, the fans eventually just get used to you, and they start to cheer for you, like you, and, you know, he's done that here, and I think this is a great way to get him over even more so as a heel.
Me too.
And we'll see if they do put the strap on him, if he does beat AJ, what that does, because then maybe AJ has a question of confidence, question with his marriage. All kinds of stuff can play out where AJ has to fight for more than just the belt.
And I think in WWE, especially in Vince McMahon's eyes, he doesn't care if you're quote unquote like the best wrestler.
Yeah, right.
And that was always kind of Joe's thing, is Joe's going to kill you because he is like this tough character that is a badass. Yeah. But it never felt like he would actually kill you.
Right.
You know? Like,
until
now. You know, like it was always Joe's going to kill you, but it was more like he's going to make you tap out.
Right.
This Joe.
Just Joe will kill you.
This Joe's going to kill you and maybe hook up with your wife.
And maybe move in with your family. It's certainly possible.
And then break your Xbox because he hates video games. He's an adult.
And never put a shirt on. All right, let's move on to the New Day beating the Bludgeon Brothers here.
Before that,
okay.
I know we don't have a lot of times. Quick props to two backstage segments that we had to gloss over.
Oh, yes.
One was the New Day segment when they were taping up his ribs, but it was like so on like his boob, and then it had that like awkward moment. And then when New Day came in and were like, "How are your ribs?" and he pulled out the bag of Chinese food and then started eating spare ribs. And you could see Kofi like kind of have to like cover his face a little bit because he was totally corpsing. And you could see Xavier trying so hard not to laugh when he did that. And similarly for this segment here where Carmella was complaining about not getting or wanting her to rematch. Yeah. And the Truth came in and was like, "You can't run anymore, Carmella. I'm going to pin you. I'm going to get you. Cover your title."
They're still pushing this out that he's got to beat Carmella.
I love it that Truth hasn't figured out that he doesn't have to beat Carmella.
Please, God, let that be a match at some
point.
Evolution. That would be, oh, my
Imagine
God.
That. Evolution.
Truth would totally take the pin there. All right, the New Day, Smackdown. New Day. As I said, New Day. They beat the Bludgeon Brothers here. I think this is because of Rowan's injury. They kind of had.
Well, if you noticed, he didn't take a lot of bumps in the match either.
Yeah,
you know, there weren't a lot of bumps in general, but it didn't seem like he was action, but not really taking bumps. Or anything like that.
Yeah. But and I thought it was a good match overall, and I was surprised because look, the Bludgeon Brothers destroyed them in the first 5 minutes of the match or so, and you thought, there's no way, especially because they're the two smaller guys.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to have any shot against these guys. And damn if they didn't keep fighting, and the fans were like going insane for this match, man. They were loving the New Day.
Well, I think the Rowan thing really played into it a lot because I think that everyone saw that Rowan is injured and more than likely going to be out of action. And so everyone was like, well, it's probably going to be a squash match or it's probably going to be quick. The fact that it wasn't, and that Luke Harper literally chucked a chair in a man's face.
Yeah, he did.
Like, I watched that GIF like 10 times, and it's crazy every time. It's like the size of this chair, and he threw it right at Kofi's face.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that was intense.
I thought they were going to kill these two dudes.
Right?
Yeah.
But, you know, I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm happy that New Day are champions again. I don't think the Bludgeon Brothers ever truly got over the way they would have liked them to get over. I do wonder now, because of that, Do you think it's possible this is the end of the Bludgeon Brothers? If Rowan is injured.
No, unless he's seriously injured.
Well, I mean, if it's a bicep tear, which is what it seems like,
Jesus.
That's a long time.
That's at least a year, don't you think?
That's like I think it's like 9 months.
Isn't he always getting injured though? That's
this
the
is
problem.
Like his second major. Well, it's not that he's always getting injured, but this is his second major injury. I believe.
Okay, but he has others smaller that are taking him out for a month or two. So this is Rowan is snake bit, and it's unfortunate because he's such a good wrestler.
I enjoy. I
like him better than Harper.
Do you?
Oh no, wait, no. I like Harper better than Rowan.
Yeah.
It's just that Rowan. It's always been the knock against Rowan that he's holding Harper back with these injuries.
Totally.
And
it feels that way.
And the Wyatt family that it ruined the push.
Yes.
So there's all this. He unfortunately takes those kinds of hits.
Yeah.
So it's a sad thing because I like him. I like him as a wrestler. He's not as skilled, I think, as Harper is, but he's good complement to Harper. And when Harper was slapping him 3 times to get him psyched up to throw the hammer, that was awesome.
And this also, his time with the Bludgeon Brothers is the most they ever let him kind of not just be in the background of a group.
Yeah.
And he did do the most, he did do the most with what he was given. Yeah. But at the same time, I mean, I don't think he was ever the focus. I mean, I think everyone likes Harper, and that's the reason they get the push. He does compliment Harper well.
He does.
I wonder, like you said, with him being kind of snake bitten, I wonder if it's something that they're, if we'll ever see, especially because after the show, Harper tweeted kind of like thanking Rowan. Like, I think it just said, "Thanks, Rowan."
Oh, wow.
So I wonder if, they're going to kind of part ways here, especially because I didn't think about this while watching Raw.
Yeah.
But one of our listeners pointed it out to me, or viewers, whichever, pointed this out to me on Twitter after we did the show, because I didn't even dawn on me. I think they're going to, what if they do Shield versus the Wyatt family?
Shit.
Bray Wyatt is on Raw.
Yeah, he is.
The Bludgeon Brothers are now no longer tag champions. It looks like Rowan's going to go away. And furthermore, Bray Wyatt tweeted last night saying something along the lines of like, "Don't forget this." And it was a tweet from 2014 where he was talking about the Shield. So I'm wondering if Braun goes, "You have a Shield, I have a family."
Shut up.
That's totally what's going to happen. We haven't seen the Wyatt family with Braun since they split up, and they didn't have a bad split up. They said, "You go do your thing, Braun," when that brand split happened way back when. It wasn't like they kicked him out of the group, beat him up. It was like, and if I recall, he even tweeted saying like, "Go fly, be free, my child," or something like that.
I couldn't love this idea more.
Right?
I know. Could not love this idea more.
And everything that we've been real good lately in these few weeks.
Yeah, we have.
Like calling shit out before it happens, and like reading between the lines. And when someone tweeted me that, I said to myself, "Shit, how did we not think of that?"
Yeah.
Like,
well, we can't think of everything, Bryan. We can't solve the whole damn roster.
I know, but that one was right there.
It kind of was.
That one is right there. I was like, man, and especially because like
I think the double face thing confused us.
They also announced that the Shield are going to be wrestling at that Super Showdown.
Yeah.
Guess what? They haven't announced who their opponents are.
Oh yeah, it's got to be the family.
It's going to be the Wyatt family.
Right. Now, how does Rowan cross over? Harper cross over.
What I would love,
because it's a brand thing.
What I would love, and I don't think this is going to happen because of everything that I've seen. Well, a trade, yes.
You think Paige and General and Angle? Okay.
No. I think that they'll do. What if? Hear me out. This is the trade I would like to see happen. Matt Hardy gets traded for Harper.
Yes. And he's back with Jeff.
Everybody wins. He's back with Jeff.
Because Jeff was doing the delete thing.
And he's been doing this weirdo, kind of like with the face painting stuff again.
So maybe, like Wyatt's tweet, Jeff's recent obsession with the delete thing is him prefacing what's going to happen as well. That's a great point.
I don't know. This is not inside knowledge.
Totally going to happen.
But it kind of.
Brian said it's going to happen. That's why he runs a pro wrestling sheet, people.
I could see it. It makes the most sense. And Harper then gets a real push on Raw.
Yep. That totally works.
I would like this idea. Even a tag thing where it's him and Harper, or Bray Wyatt and Harper again.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely think that you're absolutely right. I think it's totally going to happen, and that'll be fun to see who they pair them up with if they do the awesome match or whatever it is that's coming down the pike, or what they're going to do next.
I feel bad now because I feel like I should give some props to the guy who tweeted me that, because literally he tweeted that to me, and then I would say like,
did you retweet it?
I replied to him and stuff.
Okay.
We talked afterwards because I said to him like, "Damn, I didn't even think of that." Yeah. And then literally I said, "I didn't even think about." There we go. I said, "I didn't even think about that." And right after is when Bray Wyatt tweeted. So shout out to Dwayne Joseph Burke at The Real Burke. He is the one who brought it up to me.
I'm going to call him DJ Burke. That's just easier for me.
And he's the one who said, although I'm scared that since Roman has a Shield, that Braun might need a ... family. So that was him too.
Brilliant.
Props to him on that one, because literally right after, in the Bray Wyatt tweet, because we got to get out of here, but the Bray Wyatt tweet said, "Don't take your guns to town, son. Leave your guns at home, Shield." And then he quote tweeted that and said, "Forget not." So
there it is.
Stay tuned.
It's done and done. That's going to happen. Absolutely. Well, I can't think of a better way to end this Collider Bodyslam Smackdown recap than with predictions that are going to come true. Absolutely. Because fans have been loving our thoughts, our ideas, and the way we've been kind of calling things before they happen. So
I've been loving the positive feedback of the show. I mean, you always hear about how YouTube comments are so negative. But I read these YouTube comments, they've all been so positive about this show. I mean, obviously, we have different opinions. They don't always agree with us. But so thank you. Please keep the positive feedback coming. I read the comments, like I just said. I'm really happy that everyone's liking these shows so far. I am enjoying the hell out of doing these shows. I'm enjoying doing them on video. I'm sorry if my hand blocked Rocha too many times today.
I'm used to it.
I'm expressive. I can't help myself. But if you're watching on video and you saw me blocking Rocha Shot a bunch of times, please go subscribe to our audio feed. It's Wrestling Sheet Radio on iTunes, Podcast One, all that stuff, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm working on Spotify, trying to figure out what the deal is there. But please, if you're watching the video, go subscribe to us there. Leave a rating, leave a review if you like the show. If you're listening to the audio portion of things, please go check out the video. I think, we're in this new podcast room here at Collider, and it looks so much better than that other orange room that we were in. So check it out, the video. It looks much more legit now. The channel is youtube.com/c/wrestling sheet. Go subscribe there. Go like the videos. Go leave comments. It really, really helps a lot. And while you're there, go check out everything else that Collider has to offer on YouTube. They've got, Collider Quick Hits, Collider Sports, Collider Games, Collider everything that you could think of. So go there, check it out. There's also audio feeds for all that kind of stuff. I've been listening to all the shows. There's cool shows about all types of nerd stuff. I mean, there's Star Wars podcasts, there's horror podcasts, there's
Witching
just
Hour.
movie talks in general. If you're a movie TV watcher, which I'm guessing all of you are, you cannot go wrong checking out all the stuff that Collider has to offer. And if you want to follow us on social media, I'm at Ryan Satin, and the website and show is at Wrestling Sheet.
And you guys can follow me at The Rocha Says, my homage to The Rock, there on Twitter and on Instagram. Everything Ryan said, I echo. And we have a new Collider Sports podcast feed. So if you're into seeing us talk about the NFL, NBA, possibly NHL, certainly some golf stuff down the pike, MMA, and English Premier League football. We just did the second episode. Subscribe to that Collider podcast feed and the YouTube channel as well. So both of those are in play, definitely. So thanks, everybody, for watching here, Collider Bodyslam Smackdown recap. We will talk to you next week and see how much Ryan and I were right about everything. I'll see you soon. We'll see you soon.
ProWrestlingSheet.com